show.
Any trouble, because I get into any trouble, but I had a problem that this then became a discussion at that workplace environment. Now, the discussion was I should have been more sensitive. In what way was my first response? And I guess when I had to meet with that said person who had the issue with the person who was said leader of that organization, I said, well, to that person, how would I have known that? Well, you should have asked.
I think so. You want my opinion?
It was a circle, and I was willing to go on that merry-go-round.
You are better than most.
Yeah.
I think that's normal when you're in a group and there's norming. Most of the time when you're in new work environments or you're in a space where you're getting to know people, it's normal now to ask for people's preferred pronouns. You wouldn't have known that.
Normal to who? What is normal?
Well, you work in social...
I don't feel the need to give my pronouns, so it's not normal to me.
You don't, but I think, because I feel like the person was probably offended because they felt like you were not honoring whoever they are, right? But you wouldn't have known that.
Still to this moment, I don't know what their pronouns are. So in that
they didn't offer
circle, we still don't know. So I'll go as far as saying I perceived it to be a she.
Perceive them to be a she.
Them.
Yeah.
Her, him, they, them.
It seems like they, them would be the easiest one on this one.
Join us every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. for the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste. I've been bad, burned, then fucked over. But remain strong through the past over. Kicking haters out of the way like masked over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't a man to me that let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pan I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I beat the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator. But I can't say it.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now. Hey, what's up, and welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. I'm your host, Mr. Couser, here on this bright Monday afternoon, early evening. I am really excited today. We have two guests. One guest, Lola G, and then Mr. Hakeem will be joining us sometime during the interview. They're actually here coming down from Philly. They're caught in a little traffic, so they'll be here shortly. But I am here. I'm normally exhausted on Mondays, but I think because this isn't a full work week for me, I know I think I'm like extra. I think I got a lot of sleep this weekend, and I'm really excited about what's coming up. So I'm just sharing out the show a little bit. So if you do tune in, please share, please support and such. And all that jazz. Did I already send these? I think I already sent them to these people. So they're going to be really mad that they're getting it again. But, oh well. That's just what I do. I spam them. Oh, wow. So it's really letting me add all these people. Okay, cool. So anyway, I am here, and today we're going to be talking to a young lady named Lola G. She wrote a book. She's an author, and Brother Hakeem will be joining her. He's also an author. He's been here before. I love when people support, and they are encouraged to support. They're driving all the way from Philly to come on down here to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. If you want to be a guest, please, please, please simply email me at theartistexchangeradioshow gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram mostly, and you can send me a direct message or send me any type of messenger, anything. I accept all messages. I'm not that type of business person, but definitely hit me up, send me a message, and come on down. We can send you some dates and hook you up. I'm also looking for a few individuals to continue with our I want to call them masterclass series here on the Artist Exchange, where we have individuals who have a specific passion or a specific content that they want to help promote, and you come on and you dissect that over a course of 2 to 6 weeks. We have the shortest one we do is 2 weeks. The longest one we'll do is 6 weeks, and you can come back multiple times, but those blocks of times are what we give out. And you get to come on here and you get to have the show to yourself. I'm here with you as your guest, and it's kind of like a short pop-up podcast, if you will, here live with the Artist Exchange radio show on Be Exposed Radio. So I wanted to extend that invitation to all of you who are interested. If you have a specific skill set that may lend itself to bringing it here to the Artist Exchange, or if you want your own radio show, many of our shows have started by being a guest on my show. So you can come start as a guest and fill it out and see what you have. Starting on the 25th, I made a mistake last Friday and I said the 21st, but it's the 25th and the 1st of the 25th of October and the 1st of November. We'll have Miss Kimi. She'll be joining us, and she wrote a book. She's an author as well, and she'll be coming here for those 2 days to do a mini series here on the Artist Exchange radio show, talking about love loss, broken hearts, toxic love, all those types of relationships that we may find ourselves in. And speaking of relationships, please check on your friends. I know we sometimes get busy and get caught up in our own selfishness and selflessness in our work and our careers and families. But when you have real friends, check in every now and again. If it's nothing more than a text message to say, hey, how you doing? Or a phone call. I know people don't talk on the phone anymore. Everybody texting and screenshotting and FaceTiming and such. But take a moment to just say hello to your friends. Schedule a time where y'all can go have lunch. I know, money is tight for everybody, but go somewhere, to a buffet somewhere, or, go have a chicken box or sort of chick box. But check on your friends. We're all here. Hey, Dr. Ruth. Everything else for African American woman. Yes. Dr. Ruth Travis, my former pastor at Evergreen AME. She has this phenomenal program based on her own personal experience with breast cancer, and she has this organization called Ruth's Pink House, and it is a rehabilitation center for individuals who are recovering from breast cancer. It's not necessarily a clinical rehabilitation center, but you'll be able to get your nurses there and do some aftercare and just rest. She has a real peaceful, it's going to be real peaceful and serene, and her experience with being able to be in a space where it's not real clinical or hospital-like. It really helped her to recover a lot faster. So she wants to pass that on and give that blessing to others. So yes, please, Dr. Ruth Travis, please call me, and whatever I need to do, I know I'm just shooting myself in the foot. Whatever I need to do, I'm there. If you need a fundraiser, so on and so forth, let me know. So that's Dr. Ruth Travis, and I'll post information that she has in that. So if you have anybody that's suffering from breast cancer or cancer in general, but I know she's focusing on breast cancer survivors, specifically African American women breast cancer survivors. But go get your mammograms, go get checked, and men, go get checked. I know we think that's a woman disease and men don't have boobs and all that, but men can also get breast cancer, and men who are diagnosed with breast cancer normally survive less than anybody else. One, because we don't go get checked for it. We don't go to the hospital anyway, but we don't think to get checked for breast cancer. So please, if you have a history in your family, and not just for men, but if you have breast cancer in your family, please go get checked. Go get checked anyway. My rule has been over 30, go get checked for everything. If you're over 30, go get checked for everything that your insurance will allow. And please, 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 please go get checked for cancer. Specifically, if certain strains of cancer run in your family, go get checked across the board, because it may manifest itself in other forms. And please ignore any of those posts that you're seeing on social media that says certain diseases don't run in any family, and they may not necessarily be genetic, but we are predisposed to getting certain things as African Americans, and it's our responsibility to go get checked. There's health care for everyone now. You can go to, if you live here in Maryland, the Maryland Health Exchange, you can go to, and every state has its own. Trump has taken away a lot of the advertising budget, well, all of the advertising budget for it. So they don't advertise it like they did when Obama was in office. But please go check. There are still windows of time that you can go get checked. And if you are in a severe case, certain hospitals and clinics have a counselor at their space that can help you get considered and eligible for an emergency case. If you kind of have an illness or something that is life-threatening, I think they allow you to ignore the opening dates, because it's like twice a year that they open up the exchange for people to come in. So definitely for that. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in. Hey, how's it going? And also, if you missed the interview with E. Digger this past Saturday, it's supposed to be, he comes on every Friday at 8 o'clock, an hour after this show is over. We were supposed to do a Friday, and we ended up having to do a Saturday night. So you can go to the Artist Exchange radio show page, or you can go to E. Digger's Charm City Direct TV page and check out the interview. I think I posted it in the radio show page as well. So definitely go check that out. Just sending some waves out to people. Just a note to anybody that may have any school-aged children. This is still the beginning of the school year, so everything is still kind of evolving, kind of settling down. But please, at least once a week, try to find a way to make it to your school. I know everybody working 2 and 3 jobs now, but try to find a way to at least make it to your school, your children's school, at least once a week, or check in with their teachers, all of their teachers. Learn who is teaching your children. I've had several parents come to me, and it's partially my issue, but it's more so a parent issue. Children don't always talk about what's going on in school. Take time to sit down and talk to your children. Reach out to your children's school and find out who their teachers are, who your children's in class with, so you can understand what they're doing, so you can kind of help support the efforts of the teachers. I have had a couple meetings with parents this week, and they had no idea that their children were even taking theater class. So that doesn't look good. But please take a moment to just sit and talk with your children, and find a moment to at least come up to your children's school once a week, or a couple times a month, or at least once a month, and just check in and see the progress that's going on. Because I know every parent can't make every meeting and just have time to just sit around. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Black by Demand radio show.
Control. They said she wouldn't so they didn't know if she had a weapon. So it's just a mess. So yeah, you do have to have these discussions with your children.
You do, and you have to make them aware of that there is an enemy out there. Every time the police pull you over, or every time you have an interaction with the police as a black person, you are at risk of being in front of your enemy. Hopefully, it's not a police officer that wants to demonstrate that he's your enemy, but we all see it's a high probability of that being the case. So if we're not talking to our children do not have the coping mechanisms to deal with these type of intense situations. What they're going to do is what most of us do as black people, me and anyone else, which is become emotional. And that is the trigger point for the police. They know that black people are emotional people. So when they arrive on the scene, they are purposely trying to say and do things to you to get your emotions up, right? And then once they get your emotions up, then it's like, oh, that's what we needed. Now we're going to kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. You know, so I'm saying we need to have these discussions with our children, you know, and make them understand in this day and age, and it's every day and age really, but we'll just say this day and age for the sake of it being so prevalent on social media, like you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. And I think a lot of us as black people are just scared to still tell our children that there are a group of people out here that are your enemies.
Join us every Monday at 12 noon for Black by Demand radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
This unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new and take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move. Don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. I know she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like. The feels off from me. I know she couldn't get the feels off from me. Let's slide, you and me alone, to find who we really are. Crash into something new. I got that lay bringing up the car. So throw me a kiss, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, I wanna take you, but we gotta groove so we can lose the crowd. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move. Don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. I know she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like. The feels off from me. I know she couldn't get the feels off from me.
Now listen to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me, and you have to figure out what is important to you, and don't play this game. It's a game that we've learned to play, this chess game, and life is not a chess game. Life is real, bones, flesh, blood, decisions.
Make sure you check out the Artist Exchange show every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Singing it was supposed to be big for all the right reasons. Prom, graduation, then off to college. Lost in a whirlwind of emotions, Stacy battles inner demons while desperately seeking love from outside sources. This longing for satisfaction leads her through a tumultuous path of hurt, denial, and deceit that reveals her own vulnerability. Will she be able to face herself or her demons in order to find the truth? You can find this book, Pretty Duplicity, on Kindle, Amazon Kindle, and it's simply $9.99. So take a look, and I believe you can also buy the hardback here as well. But I got it on Kindle. But you can take a look at Amazon and type in Pretty Duplicity, and you'll be able to buy the book, and you can get it on Kindle. And Kindle is an app, and you don't have to have the actual tablet now. You can actually get Kindle on your phone. So I didn't realize that. I thought I had to get the little tablet that I used to have, but you can definitely check that out. But yeah, so I've started reading it, and it's a pretty good read. I've gotten to read a lot of books that I wouldn't necessarily read in the last couple years. I was working with Patricia Johnson of the African American Book Festival that was held at Morgan a couple years in a row, and she's paused it for a second, but I've got to meet tons of authors and read books that I wouldn't normally pick up. Most of the time I'm reading plays, and I like to read some science fiction books, but I more so read a lot of autobiographies and plays. And it was really interesting to read. I read a lot of love books. The gentleman that will be here, Hakeem, he writes a lot of romance style books, and I got a couple of them as my favorites now. We got to meet Miss why are these names out of my mind today? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Sunny Dumasse, and her name is out my head. I don't know what's going on with me today, but names out of my head. But I got to meet a lot of really good authors, a lot of first-time authors, a lot of out-of-state authors that are really, really, really good. And Lola G will be one of them. I'm just meeting her today, but her partner in crime, Mr. Hakeem, I met him a couple times. He's come down. So yes, pick up some books and just get out there. Now you can actually download the Kindle app, and I believe you can pay a flat fee every month, and you can get books, like a certain amount of books every month. So definitely, my reading has definitely expanded over the last 3 years and working with Miss Johnson and her book festival, because I'm not really a romance novel type of guy, but I have enjoyed some of the books that I have read, and not to say I haven't enjoyed all of them, but you know how you only read certain types of books, but that has been what I've done. But definitely go to Amazon and pick that up. She'll be here shortly. Just a couple more announcements. We got a couple minutes in this segment. One, Sharon Nixon, let me try to pull that up real quick. Sharon Nixon will be holding a class this coming Saturday. It's an online class from 11 until 4. And it's an online class. It's $25. It's all about sponsorship. I'll be doing a brief segment on media advertisement as it pertains to sponsorship. And please take a moment to listen in on a class. It's a great class if you are starting up a business or you're starting a new business, and helping you to find sponsorship and support. One of the things that people don't often realize is sponsorship has nothing to do with your field. Often you'll find people within your field that will sponsor you because their business may be a little bit more advanced, or not where you are, and they're willing to advertise with you or with your platform in order to, help their own business out. But most times, sponsorship is a little bit different. Sponsorship is normally some business or some individual who sees the potential or the success of your brand and want to attach their name, their brand to yours in support and or advertisement purposes. It all boils down to dollars and cents and people wanting to get the most out of their money. So this online class that Sharon Nixon of Fashion Umbrella will be putting on this Saturday will help you kind of navigate some of those scary avenues and finding sponsorship. Sponsorship is different than advertisement, but sponsorship is because that organization wants to advertise their brand, if that makes sense. So you'll learn a lot of those rules, you'll learn a lot of the tricks that Sharon has learned over the 12 years of her producing Baltimore Fashion Week and being at the helm of the Fashion Umbrella Foundation. So I'll be in this class this Saturday. So definitely it's $25 and I'll be posting it to the page shortly. So matter of fact, I wonder if she is, let me be ghetto for a second and call on her. I can be ghetto. I'm gonna be ghetto.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Miss Nixon?
Good. Did you just call me or did I call you by mistake?
First of all, you're being ghetto. I'm on my show. I called you.
Okay. Let's ask you the question.
So I am trying to give out information for your class this weekend. Can you quickly give us some information on how our latecomers can sign up for the class?
They can go to
I should have sent you a message first.
Huh?
I should have sent you a message first asking you.
No. They can go to fashionumbrella.org and it's on the first page.
And they can just sign up for it there. What's the times? I told them that it's an online class.
Yes, it's from 11 to 4. So from 11 to 12 will be theory. We're going to take lunch, come back at 1, and then we'll finish the class, and that's when they get to present.
Okay. Cool. So this is a real online class, so don't come playing, joking. Sharon will be hosting this online. You'll get a link once it's the day of the event, telling you how to get to the event. It's simply $25. You're not going to be able to take any course at all for $25. So please take advantage of it. And I was telling them it's a little bit about sponsorship. So can you give us an overview? I got like one more minute in this segment.
So what we're going to do is basically what we're going to teach you is how to create a sponsorship letter, who you should contact, how to find the information on the website, because it's not the customer service department, on what you should put in your letter, the type of business that you have, what type of sponsorships you should have, also how to read the organization's mission statement to see, or their what do they call it, community relations page, to see if what you do fits, so you won't waste your time.
So it's really informative. It will behoove you to take this course, and it's a Saturday afternoon. You can be at home in your pajamas or at a desk or at a library, wherever you find comfort and quiet to be able to take the class. So thank you, Sharon. Maybe we can go live later and advertise it more.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll call you after the show's over.
Okay, bye.
We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
sit around, if I sit around, hold up. Look. If I sit around, if I sit around, if I sit around, hold up. Yeah. Rebel Row. If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head and I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Working mode, tell them where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell them where the cash. If you play it for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. Now it's all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't come for the crap. Drinking with uncle, we only do jack. How I'm alive, I thank God for that. Praying about it, things getting better. Open it up with my name on the letter. What crazy about it? Saying whatever, you shy to be you. You know you gotta be you. Sometimes I need privacy too. Yeah, you know I ride. You know I ride, and you know you ride for me too. Yeah, you know I. Look, you like getting that hit for real. When it's me and Murray, just us, we chill. I'm in a rush to get off to get you. Never ever had to floss to get you. Pay the dues that it cost to kiss you. Rug burns on the carpet with you. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. One dog throw this in there. Had to dedicate this to the homie out of New Orleans. Break. Said she wanna bump that. You wanna do it? Go ahead, do it.
Listen to this flashback of Skyline Radio Show.
So where we at? Where we talk about the effects and what's going on in these schools?
Yeah.
And what people don't understand. Just real briefly, I just want to talk a little bit about what people say bullying is or is not. So bullying comes in many forms. It's a teasing, it's the cyberbullying, it's the texting, it's the phone calls, it's the posting of pictures and people's personal information to pretty much cause them harm, to have them feel insecure. It's the sex assaults that people actually put out there. There are physical assaults, and there are mental assaults and emotional assaults. And what I like to remind individuals that any aggressive behavior towards anyone that is unwanted and unwarranted, and an individual asks you to stop. Let's stop there. Stop.
And they should be respecting that.
Respecting that and respecting yourself, because when you're able to respect another person, you're able to respect yourself.
Right.
And the way that you're able to show that respect is that you know that you have a gift and you know you're uniquely made and that you matter, and then you also acknowledge that the next person beside you matters as well.
Right.
You know, and we lose that sometimes. Bullying is a behavior that underestimates the lives and legacy of you. I'm sure when they was bullying me, and I'm sure when they was bullying you, they didn't understand who you're going to become later on. I didn't know.
Right, because I'm popping. I can't pop. All right, let me tell you, all those people who felt like they wanted to say whatever to me, look at me now. It's like, no, y'all don't understand, but I've been through some things, okay?
And you know what? No. I applaud you and I salute you, because a lot of times we do not take the time to say, I'm okay, and I'm okay with me, and there's nothing wrong with me, and I'm amazing.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Over 100 books that I've interviewed people in those 3 years that I was covering there, and it's probably more than 100. But it's really, I'm an actor, so I read more plays and maybe like autobiographies and stuff like that. So reading these romance books and science fiction, it's something that I really like. Like I didn't know that I would like it,
Right.
but it really is interesting. And I kind of read your forward a little bit, but welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, here live only on BeExposedRadio.com, all the way from Philly.
Yes.
We have Miss Lola G. I used to commute back and forth from Baltimore to Philly.
Every day?
Like I would be there half a week, here half a week.
Oh no!
I do not suggest it. It's not. It's not that far, but hey, that Beltway.
Yes.
Especially in the middle of the day is the worst time. Because other people who commute from New York to DC and stuff, they are the people that's holding up all the traffic.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I suggest catching a train. It's an easy shot.
Yes.
But that money is a little. It's the same as paying for the tolls, though.
I'm going to say tolls and gas. It's about the same. It's about the same.
Right.
Yeah.
She said I should have caught the train.
I was thinking that maybe next time.
So we have Miss Lola G,
Yes.
all the way from Philly. new author.
Yes, yes.
So we're going to get right into it, get a little backstory on Lola, and get right into the juiciness of the book.
Oh, juicy.
So tell us who you are, Miss Lola.
I am Miss Lola G from SP, South Philly.
Okay.
That is. Yes, yes.
Okay.
South Philly, born and raised, love my city. I am very...
Burke Station.
You grab it and pull it.
That's where I live. That's the only part I know.
Okay, that's the only part. Okay, got you. I rep South Philly hard, so I get it. Burke Station, South Philly.
Okay, that's what that is, South Philly, right?
South Philly.
Right.
South
See,
Philly.
we was in the same area.
Right.
I didn't even say nothing. I would have came over for dinner.
Hey, you cook?
I do. I do.
Because I'm turning into a foodie. Hey.
I discovered some nice places in Philly. You gotta find them though.
What you discover in Philly?
Not the cheesesteak.
Okay.
Because everybody claim they got the best cheesesteak, and I'm just sorry. I like a little dirtiness with my cheesesteak.
What's dirty?
Like you know, like the
a sloppy
Asian cheesesteak. Because the Asians, they use everything, and then they have a special sauce. And y'all real clean with y'all.
No, you gotta come to Philly and I'll take you.
Okay.
Show you where to go to get you a good cheesesteak.
Yes,
oh, no. Where y'all been?
See, that's what happens.
No, see,
when
that's
people
not,
tell us where to go, we normally go there and we like, this what a cheesesteak is? Just a little too.
Oh, no. I'm upset. That's not good because cheesesteaks from Philly is bomb.
Okay. So we got to get Lola G here again. Yes. And I'm going to go there and do it on the spot.
And we'll do that and grab a good cheesesteak. Then you're never going to
I'm going to take a whiff because now I'm going to put it on camera because a lot of Philly people be like, go here, go here, go here.
Oh.
And I go there.
And there's no turning back after that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The best cheesesteak that I got from Philly was in the subway station. The last stop. What's the last stop?
In a subway station.
It was in the subway station, and I'm just saying it was the.
This had to be a long time ago.
I just moved back like a little less than a year ago.
Okay.
I'm just saying in terms of just eating a cheesesteak there, and I didn't really go too many places. I went where people said, you need to go here.
Oh, so you got to sample and see, but I got somewhere that you're going to be like,
okay. I'm going to take her word for it, because I'm a cheesesteak connoisseur.
But you can't be if you ain't had a good one from Philly yet.
Well, Philly people keep putting me in the wrong direction, but it's Lola G.
I'm here.
Even Mr. Hakeem set me on the wrong path.
Oh, no, we can't hear that.
But he don't look like he eats too many cheesesteaks, so
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But I eat a cheesesteak with you. Extra meat, extra cheese.
I like the green peppers and all that. I like all that.
You gotta cook them in.
Okay.
Not just put them on top.
So that's the next time you see me and Miss Lola G together, I'm gonna be in Philly and we're gonna be on the beat.
In the cheesesteak.
There we go. There we go. So tell us a little bit about you. Born in Philly?
Born in Philly, born and raised.
Okay.
I am the fourth oldest of 5 sisters. All girls, drama.
My Lord, I know that house.
Wonderful. It's wonderful though. It's nothing like a bunch of females together.
When you're the female amongst the females, but when you're the only guy in a house full of females.
Yeah, but then as a brother, you get spoiled by the females, so that's the love. So
they claim it's called spoil you. I call it tough love.
Yeah, because we beat you harder than your brothers would. We got to.
That was by life.
Yes.
So born in South Philly.
Yes.
Raised.
4th of 5 girls. Mother of 2 wonderful children.
Okay.
Yes,
don't look like a mom. Okay.
I'll take that and snatch that too. Thank you, all day long. I'm very humble, very empathetic. So if you start crying today, give me some tissue.
Okay.
Because I'm finna cry with you.
Okay, she's an empath, everybody. She's an empath.
Oh, that's what an empath.
Are you a Cancer?
How you know?
Because normally Cancers are, you know. I was raised by a Cancer.
Ooh.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh, so what side I get today?
I'm the same. The only time you ever see the other side is when I'm mad, and it takes a lot to get me to that space.
I can see that.
I normally go from angry to really happy, and my gray area is just quiet.
Oh, so we need to worry about the gray area because you never know which side to turn.
But I never go to that side. The quiet is more reflective, and I just enjoy being. I'm the oldest grandson and all women, so I've had to spend a lot of time.
Oh, so you know how to choke it down a little bit before you wild
Bite
out.
my tongue, all that.
Yeah, as you should.
But I was raised by Cancer, so you all are really emotional.
Very,
really loving. But you have to watch how you love, because it can turn into a little
Don't let the smooth taste fool you, though.
Yeah.
With a cancer,
Beloved, my
that's
mom's
what
a Cancer.
Shout out, Mom. Yes.
So she's a Cancer.
Yes.
Empath.
Yes.
What else?
I am a romantic at heart.
Okay.
Little stuff, though.
I was reading a book. Okay.
Yeah, little stuff. You could write me a note, just say, "Hey, boo," and I'm giggling all day.
I'm waiting for the rest when she tells us the juicy.
What's juicy?
This was a little. She gave you a taste.
Yeah, just a little bit. You gotta get your feet wet because I can't swim.
Okay.
So I just play in the water a little bit.
But she learning because she with Hakeem, and if you read the Hakeem book.
That one right there.
It's still some books I had to I'm gonna have to finish this.
Yeah, we're gonna finish that later by myself with a glass of wine or something,
He done got a couple people in this station in trouble reading the book.
I believe it. Hopefully my book will do the same.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm almost finished, so I'll let you know.
So it's a good thing so far then.
I mean, I love stories.
Okay.
Anybody who can tell a good story, being an actor, I love it.
Yes.
I grew up around griots and storytellers, and I just like a good story. And sometimes I think authors are so quick to be salacious that they forget that there needs to be a story.
Yes.
And then there's a bunch of just raunchiness, and there's no story connecting everything. But so far, it's a really good story that's unfolding.
Yes, it's a great story. It's a really
Is it self?
Everyone asks, no.
Okay.
It's just a bit. It's a bit of me in there, South Philly. She's from South Philly, so you gotta get.
But it's gotta be a little bit more than that. A little bit.
Well, you see, she's
That's
emotional.
the next book. That's the next book. Okay.
Oh yeah, you'll get your juicy. Next book, definitely.
So how did all of that? Because Philly is a great place. It's really a lot of hidden gems in Philly. Philly isn't quite New York yet,
right?
And it's a little bit more than like the DMV, but it got its pockets. So how was it growing up in Philly, and how did you get to where you are now?
Growing up in Philly, wow, there is no place like Philly, and I know a lot of people say that about their hometown.
But Philly is because it's a mixture of everything it's surrounded by.
Everything, and
a lot of white people.
Yeah, gentrification.
I was looking for the black people.
They were there growing up,
Okay. So that's what. So they were there.
I'm an old soul, and I was raised by the block. Growing up on 22nd Street in South Philly. My mom knew what I did by the time she came home. We had a neighbor on the block. If mom said you couldn't leave the block, you touched the foot on the corner. Mom knew when she came home, and I loved that. It was just like a family. You couldn't stand the nosy neighbor.
But as an adult, you appreciate it.
Oh, I love it and appreciate it because I'm the same way with my kids. At all times,
Is Philly the same?
It is the same. It is, at least on where I'm raising my children, where I raise my children. I can't speak for the outer skirts, Germantown and such. I just know South Philly, for me, is just love and heart, and everybody knows everybody. So my experience is when you're in trouble, they got you, and I love that about South Philly. Of course, you have your bad areas. That's everywhere. But everyone knows everyone, and everyone loves everyone. And that's what I am trying to further fulfill and give out, especially raising, young adults and animals. Even animals in South Philly can be something to force to reckon with. But overall, South Philly has been great. It has been good to me. Cultured me, made me into, I have no regrets because it made me the beautiful woman I am today. Would I change some things? Maybe a couple hairstyles. But if you change your actions.
But that goes with time. Like, we all got a couple of regrets. I had a blonde mohawk. I don't think that was quite.
Really?
Yeah. Too much bleach. That's why I'm bald-headed now.
Oh, don't say that. That's all the stress and the acting, all the time and patience. Don't blame it on me.
But no more blonde mohawks. No more.
We might see. You might try something. No Christmas styles.
It was too much. It was too much.
Oh, okay. You gotta show me a picture.
Which one do you? I ain't take many pictures because of that.
Gotcha.
But what about Philly? Like, is home for you?
Philly.
Like, is it a certain place, or is it a certain restaurant, or a park, or a school?
There are a lot of good parks, especially now that they redid the South Street Bridge area and such. It's so much more relaxing, where you can walk the bridge and then head over to Kelly Drive, and it's really, really sweet. Pity that is in my book too. You know, it's a nice, sweet place where you can cuddle and just think sometimes, look at the stars and get your thoughts out. If you're a writer like myself, it's a nice place to write. Only thing is that I'm scared of geese.
Okay.
And they are out there. And I feel like when I'm out there, they be like, oh, Lola, we see you.
Okay.
We see
now,
you.
that's the end of South Street you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
But that's still South Philly to us.
Right.
But, you know, we kind of claim a lot of stuff, even though zoning
It's
law.
a little bit.
Stretch
That's a
for
nice
everything.
space. I've had a night or two just on the, I didn't even go down. I just
You don't have to. You can stay right there and just be like, ooh.
The little circle space right there.
See, look at you. I see you blushing. You know that's fine. Yeah.
And a couple, walk through, just a little something.
Just a little.
But real quick, we're going to go to a commercial break and come back. But let us know where we can find you at on social media and where we can get the book.
On Facebook, Lola G, and on Instagram at Lola_G, that's GEE _author.
Okay, there we go. So we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. She's going to give us some more juicy spaces in Philly to discover.
Yes.
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'ma show these niggas what to do at one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should have been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house, it ain't no CNN. Can't gain weight for years, she been being thin. Single mother, no help from the system. When they was giving out food stamps, she missed them. Birth certificate, baby daddy, she couldn't list them. But her son was so beautiful when she kissed him. Blame it on love, but nigga she could've died with. Destroyed the whole world and found out she was a side chick. The nigga loved his wife and it got hard to hide it. So when Gwen confronted him, he ain't even denied it. Her fault, depends on who you asking. She tried to be a stripper, but the tip out was taxing. Buying all the purses, trying to keep up with the fashion. And her mama hated babysitting with a passion. She deserved better circumstances. A black queen, she should've been blessed with certain chances. Looked down upon, getting all the hurting glances. Making men change up all the twerking stances. She never cried about the pain, only gritted her teeth. But most soldiers never get a flower or a wreath. She like G.I. Jane in the war with no relief. Don't recognize why killers was going through her beef. She said more prayers than the nun did. After seeing so much struggles with only one kid, the clinic said baby number 2 couldn't be undid. 9 months later, delivery and it's one big. But this time it was an older dude. But the shit happened so fast, she barely know the dude. Damn, but we all make mistakes though. And the older we get, that's how mistakes go. So he claimed the baby, now with no money. He said shit was hard and his dollars was kinda funny. Gwen was feeling like that was strike 2. So when it rains and pours, that's just how life do. She was thinking about her childhood and how life flew. Her daddy she always loved, but she never quite knew. This was before the bags and the cellulite grew. Other bitches in her shoe, no telling what they might do. You lose a lot of friends, they start to despite you. Passing judgment when they don't got the right to. And even though I love the gangsters, the same for the gangsters. I remember you no matter how big the fame gets. Paint a perfect picture, baby you can frame this. As long as I'm snapping, you will never be nameless. While I was robbing, you did things that was shameless. Both products of our environment, we was blameless. They deserve better, those women who raised men. Out of town with us in that day's end. The ones we leave on the streets when them days in. Got slammed right with us when the feds blaze in. Not only men is going through it on the wild turf, but the women too. Add that to the childbirth. Kids raising kids, not knowing what a child worth. How you walk in they shoes when every mile hurt. Turn down the nigga, now you can't get respect from him. Think you should fuck just cause you got a check from him. His bad, ask him where is his pad. Them broke niggas always bitter and it's sad. So what they done to you, they done to me, they done to us. So
Exposed Radio.
Well, if he made them,
take care of them.
Yeah, that's
Period.
the real.
You right.
That's the real deal.
It's period.
Right. And all that old money shouldn't go toward this, money should go to if the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week. You don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes, especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you can question about where the child support is going. But if every time
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. I just want to put a PSA out there. Mr. Hakeem, where you at? I don't appreciate the bait and switch that you gave. I love Lola, don't get me wrong. But where you at, sir? He high. He probably in Baltimore.
He might be.
Selling them books. That's what he doing. He out there with them books.
You know, Amazon. That's the one. That's the one. Pretty Duplicity. Amazon. That's the one.
Well, he been pushing it.
Oh, I know.
How has it been being a first-time author? And then we can get into the book part. What's this?
My goodness.
To know that these are your black words on that white paper.
Oh, when I saw that, when you tagged me in there, I said, whoa. Whoa, that was deep. I was like, whoa. And then just seeing that Mr. Hakeem made my dream come to life. I dragged my feet for so long. It was just
scary.
It is.
Yep.
It goes.
It's like giving birth. Once you let it out, it don't belong to you anymore.
Yeah, but you're still so protective of it. It's like, okay, like Mama said, you can go to the corner, but when you step foot,
turn around.
Yeah, come back. Go to the third telephone pole. You know,
and Hakeem
was like, no, I want to go around the block a little bit. So just trusting in, his experience and his belief in me helped me. But as far as being a new author and just coming out, it's like, well, that's me.
And meeting people.
I had the pleasure of meeting you and being on your great
We're going to have cheesesteak soon.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that because I'm a Philly girl. You got to have a good cheesesteak.
Okay, I'm going to hold her to that. Y'all hear that? I got this proof. This is permanent.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to take selfies and everything when we eat our... We're going to do before and after because you're going to finish it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, this one might be a little too big.
I'm a cheesesteak connoisseur.
See, we love food. We're going to have to read the book and eat a cheesesteak.
Okay. I'm just saying. Cheesesteaks and authors. That's the event. Come on, get on that, Hakeem.
Yes, that'll be nice.
Get on that. I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
So in terms of, and I would say, you really did have it easier than a lot of authors that I've gotten to meet because they don't always get an experienced author that's willing to support them in that crossing over period. It is very difficult. And for me, I've been working on 2 separate books for years. And it's just putting that type of honesty out there and just my idea out there for the other book and the honesty for the other one. It's really difficult.
Yes.
And it's scary because how people go feel about it and what people go think.
Yes.
So what was the biggest challenge that caused you to kind of drag your feet and hesitate a little bit?
I am my worst critic. That's that cancer in me, kicking out the slightest sentence because of how I am. And I'm so outgoing, but I'm an introvert. It's like an oxymoron. I am a cool oxymoron.
You are cancer.
Yes. So it's like, oh, wait, did I mean for her to say it this way? How are they going to take that? I remember it was a sentence because I have a weird relationship with my daughter that I tried to portray in the book. And it came back and Hakeem was like, you sure about that part? And I'm like, okay. I'm going to show you in book 2 and 3 that has worked, especially coming from South Philly. But not knowing it and speaking to Hakeem and having an experience, like you said, give them a little bit of a taste so they can understand the dynamic of the relationship.
Well, Hakeem, I'm going to need for you to give taste. Use your advice, sir.
Yes.
But it is, in fact, if you already thinking about book number 3, that means you have already gotten bitten.
Yes.
And that energy. But I would suggest, and I tell this to a lot of authors, don't feel a need to, especially multiple ones within a year. I think a lot of, especially urban novelists and urban writers, have this tendency of wanting to just get it out because the people need it.
Right.
Force them to digest it and take it in, and maybe read it a second time.
Yes, and the third time.
I just read The Color Purple for the third time as an adult, and when I say, I was like, I read this as a child and I didn't get
it. Yeah.
And now you're getting things, but force them to really digest it and pass it around and maybe read it a second time before you hit them again, and then just space it out just a little bit, not years maybe, but not months at all.
Yeah, they definitely have to get the first one definitely on how the main character Stacy is and why you get a little taste of why and how she acts the way that she does. So that does need to be digested because it's a common thing that's happening with young girls nowadays that a lot of people aren't touching.
Can you kind of open up on that? Without giving too much.
To speak on it a little bit, it does touch on child molestation a little and what she went through and why she is seeking this outward love that she can't really find within herself. And it's not until she experiences a few things, and she may be young, but you know, some things, they come to us when we're young and they make us grow up.
That's why I tell people, stop overlooking what these children are going through right now.
Definitely.
Because we may not have known so much about it, but we experience things. And they are really exposed to life because they got this thing right here, and they can Google anything.
Anything at all. And just seeing, because I'm like the cool aunt of my nieces and my nephews and such, and it's only because I was so quiet as a child, so seeing them grow up and writing as my outlet. They may not like to write, but you can always talk to me. You can always get it 100 from me. And I try to keep up with the slang as much as I can.
It's too fast. I let go. I catch it where I can, but they lost me with Fortnite, and I'm just...
Man, well, I didn't even know that one.
Fortnite is a game. That's the little video game that they've been...
Madden and 2K is all I had to worry about with the games. That's a good thing. Which is great, because I love football. But as far as just some of the stuff, like my son said that was Smack. And I was like, well, who was that? You know, Smack was nicknames for me. So I'm like, well, who was that? And he's like, oh, no, that's a good thing.
But just let it hit you, and you'll get it eventually. But I tried to like keep up, because I'm a school teacher, and be like, no. I'm not. I gotta be able to afford the cheesesteak.
Hey.
You right? So you gotta be able to.
Yeah, especially the good ones.
Yeah, the good ones.
Good ones.
With the extra toppings, you gotta be able to afford that.
You like onions on yours?
I'm learning to. Now, the first time I had onions was in Philly. And I was like, I don't want that. But now green peppers and all that. I'm over 30 now, so I got to maintain. I can't do too much of it, because that's heartburn. So you gotta
not there yet.
Pull it back a
I
little
heard
bit.
that's something.
Or a lot of water. Just balance.
Yeah, we could do that. A lot of water. That'll work.
So in terms of, that's a really interesting topic that kind of stood out. And I see a lot of parents being in the school system who don't know how to handle that.
Yes.
And I'm afraid that a lot of the newer parents will start handling things like the older parents did. Like, just time will heal this,
out of
and
sight,
let's
out of mind,
push it under. And a lot of our age people are growing up with trauma.
Yes.
And not knowing how to deal with it. So the 30s and 40 somethings have these tics that we can't quite explain because nobody dealt with things.
It was just like turn a blind eye to it, or not believing even the smallest thing. If a child feels uncomfortable, they're uncomfortable. You know, respect it and talk to them and let them know that it's not their fault.
Asking that important question, why?
Yes.
Why are you feeling this? Why?
Yes.
What happened? How did you get to this point? Like really digging deeper. Because children will stay on the surface as long as you allow them to.
And it's all about the communication. Learning how to communicate is important. It's key. You know, and just having that openness with, and it doesn't even have to be your child. As I said, I'm the favorite aunt, so you can come to me and I got you, and I will be there. And sometimes that's all these children need, so that they will be able to be on their P's and Q's.
It's a safe shoulder sometimes. Yes. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. I didn't want to like pick what to talk about, but that was something that I didn't want to like glaze over. Yeah, but we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere. So.
I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. 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 Bedroom phone ring, girl in t-shirt answers me. I get off on the way that she answers me. First time saw her, I knew she was the one for me. Ever since then, we been vibing on some chemistry. It's just a matter of time. I know she feeling my vibe. I got the keys to her ride. She put her hands on my thigh. She got that look in her eye. SL what I'm riding. Royalty, call me highness. All day and overnighted. Cause it's crunch time when I'm grinding. This Adderall got me nauseous. Proceed with caution. Tired of lane, I'm exhausted. Poppin' Zanny Zan, sipping out the faucet. I'm confused, don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what I'm doing? Got me going where the f I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going? Wait, where I'm going? Out of space where I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. 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 Can I talk to you? I've been working hard. I've been up all night. I just been so high. I feel nothing off the sands. Withdrawals killing me. I need something to sleep. Need you on top of me. I need to get high. Dreams designer all night. Chanel should be haunting my dreams. Wearing my clear on my sleeve. I'm not who you need me to be. Indigo sound for the team. Royalty sound for the team. Hippie vibing for the team. I need space, girl. I need to get out, yeah. Slow my motions, leaning. I've been out, yeah. Never worry about me. I've been chilling. Can't do this no more. I'm in my feeling. Can't put your business all out in the open. Can't fix a heart that's already been broken. You changed my ways, I'm already hopeless. I take my time, I figure it out, girl. You know you are. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. 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 I'll be up in the way.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
How to let people experience things and get their heart broken and scrape their legs so they know and they begin to learn lessons and then what happens is when people don't see the cycles, then you step in and kind of make them aware.
Right.
But you can't. That was the hardest lesson for me. I can't change, and that's something that I've had to help my mother get. You can't control people.
No,
you gotta let people feel the way they feel and not take it personal.
Yeah.
When it doesn't end up the way you want it to.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
it's really interesting to see people tackle. I mean, writing a book, you can't recreate the wheel, But what you can do is infuse as much honesty and transparency into between the lines. And I think a lot of people have played it safe for so long that writing becomes so creative.
Yes.
And there's no truth in it anymore.
Right.
So I really, as much as I've read so far, I value the truth that I get from it.
Definitely.
And even if you pulling out the relationship with you and your daughter, it did that relationship affect you with your other child or with other children?
I am as open with my 2 that I birthed and the others that call me mom. I have so many children because they call me mom, because I am sincere, I mean it. So I do change a little bit because some children, they can't take the harsh. This is what it is. But others, you know, like you said, with the nurturing, I can pull you in and show you, okay, I'm gonna let you go. Just know that I'm here when you get back. But if you keep making the same mistake, then you have to learn how to put your own Band-Aid on. I can't keep doing that for you.
Because I remember people talking to us when I was younger, and you're like, you don't know me.
Yes, or you don't know what you're talking about.
And you 30-something, you like, oh my God, if I would have just listened 20 years ago, I would have.
Yes, if only.
Right. So because of that, we start giving people the whole everything.
Yep.
And you can't, people got to find some things for themselves or they become dependent on you.
Yes. Definitely.
So all this wisdom comes from being raised by a cancer who just left herself open to the world.
We are so open, and that whole heart on the sleeve is true.
Y'all wear it in your hands. It's like this. You're constantly giving people pieces out there.
Pieces and pieces, and then at times, well, I've learned now. I'm learning now. I give you my heart. I can't expect the same back. So I'm giving it to you because that's me. You're going to love it. You're going to appreciate it. But then once you take advantage of it, or you done chewed it up, or you left it at your homie's house, whatever you did with it, don't think that you're going to keep getting a piece of it for me to keep getting hurt by it. You know, so that's something that I'm continuing to learn because I am so nurturing. And
I did the exact opposite because that's what I saw from those types of individuals. I am very selfish with it.
Ooh.
So I go to the other extreme. You ain't getting their piece of it.
And that's weird for us cancers because we give it so much. You know, so.
Hence my mom and my relationship. You got to work for this heart over here.
Really?
It's because I've seen what happens when you walk through life like this. I watched it firsthand. I then became that person by association. And people will take. I just posted a meme and it said the lack of boundaries will equate the disrespect that you reap in your life. And it really, like, when you have no boundaries, people will constantly disrespect you because they know they can.
Yes, definitely.
And that's something that I'm looking for that in everything that I read now. So everything that I want to read, it has to have some type of purpose. And I can't wait to finish a book, but I want to know, now that you've been able to just give us some tidbits, where is this going to take us for book number 2, 5, 7?
Ooh. Book number 2. Book number 2 is going to delve more into what Stacy has realized and what she had went through, and why she was so quiet, and then why she started to be so flamboyant. Then she's going away. You know, she's.
See, I told you he was out there probably getting some of them crabs and stuff.
You better have some for us. We was just talking about food.
So you already have ideas?
I already have ideas. Already putting some what you say?
With the rough drafts out there?
Yes, putting the rough drafts together and getting some thoughts out and maybe seeing where some possible romances can lead with. So
you out there living life? Getting some hands-on?
No. I've been single as a dollar bill. I would.
Well, it ain't nothing got to be together, but you got to still live life.
That's that bridge thing talking about. That's that bridge coming back.
It's real. It's real. Let's talk about that.
That beverage do that to you too.
I got something on it.
It's something in there. It's maybe spritz or mist from the water.
I don't know what it is, but something just said don't go down them steps.
No, going down them steps would have been worse.
Yes.
If you only got that little bit at the top, then you know what happens when you hit the bottom.
No.
So, but we're gonna take a better person next time with our cheesesteaks.
Okay. There we go.
But yeah, I do have some things in mind.
Does it feel easier thinking about book number 2 now, or the next project that it did, or are you letting go more?
Ooh, that's the issue. Letting go more. I'm so nervous to open like a floodgate. You know, and
do you journal?
I do journal.
Okay, so that'll help you because then you can pick and choose what comes out.
It does because I am so open and because you know I've seen a lot, especially in South Philly. There is just so much hurt, but there is so much love. So trying to balance the two where I can write with a clean slate, a fresh mind, and give a good openness, as you say, to the book so that you can feel it. I want you to feel it in book 2 too. I want you to understand that it's not just high schoolers. It's not just those in college.
Everybody,
you could be in your 40s and 50s and then like you said, something just clicks and it's like, wait a minute. So opening up those emotions and trying to portray it in the book, that's the hardest part.
But I think you're off at a good start because you already understand you don't have to put everything, every trick you know, every story you know into this one book. And you're thinking about kind of the longevity of writing and not even planning necessarily all the way down the line, but just allowing yourself to just be steady. And just let it naturally unfold, let the story unfold. But to start with such a story and have certain things in it, like the relationship with your daughter, that would have took me some minutes. And that's understandable that you did hesitate because it wasn't hesitation, but it's writing about somebody else's story. And from your perspective. And not necessarily telling their story, but telling your story. What was your reaction when she did come to you?
When she came to me now, with her coming to me, it was more or less on liking boys. It wasn't so much as, you know, what Stacy went through. Just with my daughter, I don't want you liking no boys. I don't want no boys liking you. But I know you're beautiful. And just the fear, because I have a son too. So I know what them boys be going through. So now having a daughter and trying to relate that.
Is he older than you?
Yes, he's the older brother.
So, she got it bad.
She actually has it not too.
I'm just saying, but in terms of you already knowing, it's not like he was younger.
Why did he get this and why can't I? So even in the book with the dynamic of Stacy and her brother in the book, her and Jay, I piggybacked a little bit off of their relationship because they loved each other. They grew together. They had a strong mom. They have a strong mom in the book. And just the fact that they could come to me for, you know, whatever they need is what I hope I portrayed on the pages.
Did they know that? Like, was this something that you said to them? Even, you know, sometimes we don't believe it when people say it to us, but did they understand that they really could come to you if this was wrong or if this was wrong or this had happened?
Yes, they did. And sometimes a little too much. It's like, oh, okay, I'm mom, but I'm not going to turn you away. But give it to me a little less.
I always value those relationships when I have friends that can go to their mother and talk about anything. And I don't feel like I never could, but it's just that comfort level of being able to say whatever. I just always envied that type of relationship because it's most times those children get into trouble still, but their trouble, the reaction or the repercussions of them getting in trouble are always so less severe than children who don't feel the comfort or don't feel like they can at all. And then they living with stuff and doing things under the radar and not really exposing the trouble that they're in.
And
then
that's
you find out
later. Yes, when I could have helped you through it, you know, and I tried to go by, you know, you got to get through, you got to go through to get through. So I would rather you come to me. You can tell me. I'm not going to judge you. It's not my place to judge you. It is my place to be there for you, to console you, to try to, instead of going left, go right.
What advice would you give to parents to create that open line of communication?
Don't forget that you were a teenager once. Never forget that. And that's very important. And I saw a post somewhere on Facebook where it says, you never realize how bad your lies were until your kids say those same lies to you. And I'm sitting there like...
Because I said so.
Yeah. And it's like, wait a minute. So with that, and I'm trying to open it up in the book also, and that'll be more in book 2 too, the dynamic of Stacy and her mom. Because Stacy didn't feel comfortable enough when she was younger. So now that she's older and Mom Dukes is there and she's a little bit more relatable and she learned that through her brother, it's like you have to talk to all these people that you love and they will be there for you.
But that's a 50-50 coin because it could have went the total opposite way where you close off any communication with the children.
Right.
And it would not have been any type of open dialogue.
Right.
So that could go either way.
But sometimes you do have, you know, friends. You know, every girl has a
But
best
you know,
friend.
our friends are stupid and they give us advice. Oh my God! If I write a book with just the dumb advice that I received,
I believe we all.
And it's more attached to ignorance than it is stupidity. But it's like no.
But you learned from it, like you said. It comes later. Sometimes hindsight is 20/20.
Yes.
So you gave me that advice.
Were some dumb people.
But I know now.
But we didn't know. We thought, but see the difference with, say, my generation, and I'm 36.
Okay.
So the difference between my generation and maybe like teenagers now, they have a means to get the information.
Definitely.
They don't have experience to understand it, but they know what it is.
They know it, yes.
They just don't have the experience to be able to deal with it. And I'm saying, how do you know this?
Right.
Where did this come from? Where did this come from?
Longer, and I get that, and it's a shame that it's readily available. And I feel like that's where parents and older ones in your village comes into play, because you may have seen it here. Oh, but you think I could tell you a worse story.
Right. You looking for Playboy magazines and tapes. They got it on their phone.
Man, you
like you don't even need.
You don't need it, and nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. Most things are not censored, and it's like, what can you shelter them from? What can you hide them from?
If you don't know to put locks or like tracking things on your children's phone, nothing's.
But they're smart with it too. They'll take it off.
Yeah.
I had that problem too, but I pay your bill. I will go on the website in a heartbeat and turn it off.
I think there used to be a lock thing that they had for like cable boxes or like VCRs, and I learned how to pick that and take it off and put it back on.
You know how to rewind the tape just right. Use the pencil, turn it back 2 clicks.
What's
That's
the timing on this?
Exactly. We were creative, and now it's just like you said, at their fingertips, and that's a shame.
Wow.
Everything
on that note, we're going to take a break so we can pray over some of the things that we did wrong. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. The Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BigExposedRadio.com.
What you gonna have my money to do?
Man, it is what it is.
Then last week you told me your wife was cooking.
Man, it is what it is.
Then again, I don't think I want your wife cooking because you don't like it.
Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio. It is what it is, 9/11.
Are they ready to? I know they're not ready to accept it, but yeah, exactly. That's my whole thing. Like, how many of them are really ready to think about it like that?
None.
You know, like
I think the problem is like I don't even know how we got here, but it's inbred. You're not born to hate people. You're not born to distinguish between black and white and Asian and Hispanic. That's something that you're taught. You're taught. Point blank, period.
Straight up.
My daughter came home and told me that her white teacher was black. Maybe it's because it's how she treated her. She don't see any color. But when it comes to all her friends, all her friends are mixed. All of her friends have a white parent, black, African, Hispanic, other parent.
So
children don't see color. You breed your children. Not breed.
Right.
You raise your children to see that.
Yeah, most definitely.
They don't see racism.
Well, I guess
I met a little girl who had a black doll, and she said because the black dolls are prettier than the white dolls. But then I've taken.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I didn't mind because I could see what she was doing, but because our Google was connected, I could see what she was saying on Tumblr, and I was like, "You're not talking like this on Tumblr. Like, close that down. That's cut down." And it was just the idea of them having access to things. Ours was like Black Planet and stuff like, but they have access to the world.
So much.
And there's no type of, I don't care what firewalls you put up or boundaries. Like you said, they know how to jump through the hoops and get around it.
They sure do.
And but how do you parent in a world where everything is just accessible?
Oh, that is a tough one. Because I know
that's book number 3, 4, 5, or 6. I'm telling you.
Break it out. Find a way. Because if it was tough when we had rotary phones, you know.
I ain't that old. I'm just telling you.
I'm not either. I just turned 40.
She started in grandma's house, so grandma
that's what it is.
One.
I was in grandma's house. Grandma had the rotary phone. But even so, just trying to find things that, having beepers. You know, I'm still taking it back a little bit, but
I had a beeper.
Yeah, you know,
on the tail end.
You type certain letters, you make you smile when you turn it upside down.
But we had to learn those codes. It was learning codes, though.
We did, and you had to look at the phone, or you drew them out on a piece of paper. We had to go step by step, where it's at their fingertips.
Right.
So trying to parent that in these times, it's hard.
Because you got to keep up with what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll take your phone or your tablet, but there's always school and your homie got one.
Yeah.
You know, and if you have friends like I have friends, they going to help you out.
I ain't had friends like that. I think I was the friend that helped my friends out.
Oh, so they
can hold your phone.
They would help you out in return then.
They did. Well, I was the one who had the stuff.
That's what I'm
saying.
So
I was helping them out, the baby.
But I think they would have had you. They would have had you because you had them because they know they was going to need you again if you was the hookup.
Right.
You know?
So, you can have my pudding.
Yeah, you know, you can have action. Let me just use your phone for 2 minutes.
So you got the first book under your belt. What do you want to get from this first book? What's your goal or intention in this first book?
If I had a huge goal, dream, of course I would want to see something like, maybe you can act it out for me, you know, put it on the screen, show it that way too, you know. But my main goal and focus is, you know, as I stated before, just to get the word out there that this topic is huge and it's unspoken.
Right.
And it's not on so many platforms to put it out there. So hopefully, as you stated, this would read as a story to teach those that there are young adults, young children, parents going through these situations and not knowing who to talk to, you know.
Because we're in this, I mean, I hate keep calling it the Me Too movement, but we've been open to this, and now everybody has a voice, even if they're lying. They have a voice, and teaching your child that your voice is powerful.
Definitely.
And you have a voice, and you can use it.
Use it.
And you don't have to feel afraid of what could happen.
Right.
Use your voice despite what happened, whether somebody believes you or not. Because I know a lot of people, including myself, just like for me, I just, you know, you just compartmentalized it and you just let it be where it was.
It was what it
was. And it didn't, honestly, it didn't resurface for me until I had a guest on my show that was talking about it. And then it just came
Those
out.
triggers. Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, wait. I had to the first time I ever said it, I had to pull it back and kind of change the subject. But then when it came up again, it was like, okay, so you can say it. This is your safe space to be able to say it. And what kind of, if you were to take it to another platform like a film or TV or such, or play, what would be the message that you would want to convey, or the intention that you would want to give out for either person?
Yeah, as we stated, your voice matters.
Mm.
You know, it's not your fault. It's nothing that you did. It's okay to say, this happened to me, it was wrong, and I'm not okay. You know, I'm going to be okay. Because I don't expect anyone to be okay in that situation, especially when you're holding it in for so long. It's like a pressure cooker, just waiting to explode. Like you said, it happened to you twice to come out, and you didn't even realize it. So once you get that feeling, we all have that feeling. They say women have, intuition and such. I believe men have it too. You know when something in you is not sitting right. So speak on it. Your voice matters.
Well, I mean, I don't want to give too much of the story away, but where was she when she said it? Like, where was she in her feelings when she said it?
She was in a place where she finally felt like she was loved for herself. She was finally finding her. She was finally finding her voice and this love that was always in her face. And sometimes, you be over here, you be over there, but that love is still right there. That person is still right there to help you no matter what you go through. And when she was finally experiencing that, that's what made her floodgates open.
Was she a teenager? Was she?
She's a teenager.
Okay.
She's a teenager. She's borderline, about 18 almost. Experiencing.
That's a
herself.
good phase. That's a good space and a good time to discover that.
Yes.
Because once you outside of the home, any and everybody. And I remember a therapist saying to me about that issue that I was marked, and I was so disgruntled at her saying that that I was using that to kind of push the issue over more. And I was like, how can you say I was marked? Like I asked for it. Like I had on a mini skirt, or I wore the wrong thing. And her saying it, I understood why some people stay in their space with it. Because there is people's reaction is always, there has to be a reason. No. There's no reason for this.
No reason.
It was a decision that somebody else made. Had nothing to do with me.
Nothing at all.
And we have to find out. And I'm always curious as when people do say something, where they are in the process. Because I've seen plenty of films on like YouTube or Facebook where people are like, it was one where a young lady was at like a family funeral and she was sitting next to the uncle who had molested her, and she has him on live and she's talking, and the more she starts to talk, she's like turning the camera towards him and she's starting to like say what happened, and all the comments on the bottom was like, yay, and you should put him out there. And in my mind, where's she at mentally? Because this is not going to help her in a couple weeks. It's
and
not.
Once you let it out, it's just so many, well, why didn't you say it then? And why this and why that? Like you said, and it's like, okay, because now I'm ready.
Or the videos where we see where they're beating up the person. Like, that's not going to help them.
Not going to help you. You might feel good in that moment.
Yeah.
But it's not going to help.
That's going to make you feel worse though.
Yes.
Because when you sober up emotionally, and that feeling is still there, it's going to hurt 10 times worse.
Yes.
Because now you going to feel like, well, what can I do? Now you're going to be seeking things that make you feel like beating him up just did.
Yes. Yep.
And that's how people start beating other people up and abusing other people. Because now they're trying to fuel that feeling of getting over that thing. And it's a topic, and
it's very intricate.
When you're ready to do a workshop, you got your first panel member.
No, that's right. Yes.
We're gonna take another quick commercial break. We'll be back with Miss Lola G, and maybe Playboy Pretty Ricky will come in here and say a couple things. But that's serious.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
Nigga, chose by another nigga, bitch, damn. This chopper got 50 round clip. So this Molly and the syrup got me geeking, shorty. Ain't know I popped them Xannies, had them sleeping on me. Love in a hood full of hate. Pray to God that he open up them gates. Rest in peace to Freddie Gray and Lil Scooter. Putting on for our city, watch his door.
Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. What you up to, just go hard. Don't let it. Can you imagine how I really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, that's cause my father dead. Mom's bringing different niggas in and out the crib. No money, so you seen this less than all your friends. But it a joke because your mother was a crackhead. Older sister hoeing off, giving all her homies head. I could wait for your response, but they let her hear me talk, so I just wait for the applause. I always knew that I was great, I got them haters so appalled. I'ma make it out the darkness, and my word is my bond. Delivering these bars while I'm gripping on my balls. Jealous niggas hate to see you succeed, so fuck them all. I'm the master of my destiny, nigga, you not in charge. You either on your grind or in the way, so get lost. Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it. If
you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
trading what's important for shiny things. I can't allow this blasphemy. It's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far just to fall right back. I'm from. Don't lose yourself, stay on track. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. Full of the things that we've overcome. Full of unspoken battles we've won. You're so much better than that. Sometimes the truth ain't always catchy as rap. Stop chasing cheese or you get stuck in a trap. Go get your crown and never render it back. No, it's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? Stop all that blasphemy. We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. You're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. You're way too gifted to stop and listen. It's condescending, not to mention all of our ignorance is their permission to. I know you like to turn up like that. With a drink to pull up like that. Well, baby, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Just make sure the God in you stays where it's at. You're the rising sun of a new day begun. Grind on till victory's won. I pray you do your thing till earth and heaven ring. Just don't forget where you come from.
You know, let me talk to him. Oh, you ain't know? You ain't heard it before? That spirit you take for granted is the God of your soul. It's a price that you owe. It can never be owned. So for this value dollar, it can never be sold. We were kings and queens in the motherland. Problem is we shouldn't have spent the ride.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I gotta see the movie, I guess.
Actors.
I'm just saying, I gotta see the whole. Just listening to something, not.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I'm a visual learner, so I gotta be able to see it.
Visual anyway.
I gotta see it. I gotta see all the.
That's that bridge. I'm always piggyback to that bridge.
It's crazy. I knew exactly what you was talking about.
That bridge is something.
And I only lived there for less than 2 years.
Took you to the bridge, alright.
But I was at the bridge before I even lived there.
See?
That's how I ended up living it.
I know that. See, that bridge, and it didn't go down. I'm glad you didn't go down to the bottom.
I can see the water.
Yeah, the water, but then walking next to it in the cool breeze, and you know, you hold my hand. You don't want all that. Not if you was
I'd
on the
have still
other
been
side.
there if that was the case. If we didn't need that.
Definitely.
Are we back on? Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. Today, it's about those black words on white paper with Miss Lola G.
That's me.
And then Pimp Daddy just came in the room. See, he was exploring Baltimore. That's why he wasn't here.
That's what it was. I'm seeing right
Baltimore's right now, you know, my street on home.
I'm gonna start charging him. That's gonna be my toll tax every time I know he here.
That's what it give it.
Hit me off. Hit me off.
With a cheesesteak too.
Gladly.
How you doing, Mr. Hakeem?
I'm well.
So he done went from an author to a producer. He's a manager of sorts now. So how you been doing, sir?
I'm awesome.
Awesome.
I don't have any complaints. No worries.
No worries.
Life is good. You know, signed the debut author, the wonderful and talented
Pretty
Miss Lola G.
Duplicity.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty Duplicity.
Yes.
Pretty Duplicity.
So how has it been working with Lola?
Honestly,
Give it to him.
You on the other side of the pen now.
Yes.
It's been wonderful. It's been an experience, which everything is. You know, that's life. You know,
Did you see a lot of your first time mistakes?
No, but what I noticed was just we all, as actors and writers, we're stubborn.
Artists.
Yeah, artists, the art community, we're stubborn.
And we may have not done anything.
This is mine.
That's right.
You don't know me.
This is my baby. I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this. And you're like, okay, well, let me add a little plasma. You know, because I've been doing this for years and years. I've been a doctor. I've been a surgeon. I've been on all types. I've been a patient at one time. So it's just having her let go just a little bit.
That's that cancer. We just finished talking about that.
Her a little bit. And she's also teaches me things as well. So and all of it takes patience. You know, because I may know a lot, but I don't know everything. And especially as it may pertain to her or other artists that are under the Asafale Books umbrella. So
okay.
Yeah.
Publishing company. Just let it go.
You have to be patient, and like I always tell her, I have her back 1,000,000,000%, and I try to curtail everything to what's going to be favorable to her. I don't want to do a cookie cutter thing because I'm not cookie cutter. That's why I'm independent. So I try to curtail her career the way it's going to go for her, and the next person be individualism. But at the same time, it's just sharing this realm under the umbrella, that's all. But it's good to have a guy, because I was brought into the business under a sister, and Julia Press-Simmons, and she guided me well, and I did my gopher. I did my, you got to be a gopher sometimes, because that's how you get the free work. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't want to be a gopher. They just want to go straight to being a star.
They want that paycheck on the first day.
Yeah, you got to put your work in. And I learned through her excellent tutelage. And I struck out. And she was like, "You want to come under my umbrella?" I said, "No, I think I need my own umbrella." You know what I mean? Because there's different things that I want to do, and I don't want to be offensive, and I don't want any friction, because everybody has their criteria and everybody has their own way. So.
And it's okay. And I tell people, you have to learn. And don't be afraid to learn, and don't be too stubborn to learn, because you don't know everything. You know what you're talking about, but listen to somebody who is walking with you.
Yes.
Because I see that crack in the road before you see it sometimes, and just listen, and don't be afraid to listen. And I think because I work with children, I harp that a lot. But everybody think they know it, but don't be afraid to learn. Even if this person don't know what they talking about, by the end of their speech, you gonna tell whether they know what they talking about or not. But just learn, because now you learning what not to listen to.
Yes.
Still go along for the journey. How has it been working with this joker over here?
Be honest.
It's been a lot of, like he said, and I am very impatient. Very impatient. And
well, because y'all want it when you want it.
I want it when I want it, how I want it. It's supposed to be like that. And he's taught me how to be patient. Like he said, he has my best interest at heart. He has proven that. It's just me not being so spoiled and wanting what I want when I want it. So just being there and believing in me from the beginning and always pushing, because you got deadlines and you need it by this date.
And I say writers are the most creative and imaginative, because you all have expectations that are great. Don't get me wrong, but your expectations are just because your mind, like as an actor, I can see the results of my work.
Yes.
It's still in your head. There's still a vision in your head. So translating it sometimes could kind of distract you from getting the work done.
Yeah, it does. It really
But that's
does.
just writers, and I think I love working with writers and being around writers, because we as artists sometimes forget that level of imagination.
Yes.
And it can often distract us from what our intentions are or our goals, and it'll prevent us from getting a book written.
Yes.
So now getting the first book under your belt, how easy do you think the second process will be for her and will be for yourself?
For me.
Well, I believe it will be a little lessened, because now she knows the value of taking notes and having an outline. And a lot of writers can't write like that. A lot of writers don't. They prefer not to write like that. But it's hard to kind of go off the cuff with the entire book. You know, it's kind of hard to go off the cuff.
But once you learn that process, then you can go off the cuff because then you have something to go by, and then you can riff off of that. But learn. I always tell people learn math. You have to learn it the hard way first, and then you can find the shortcuts.
Indeed.
But once you get that one method down, I believe, and I'm speaking to myself because I still have yet to finish. But just get it. Just learn it the right way the first time, and I'm quite sure getting it the way you've gotten it. Now you have a rhythm and you have a method to your madness, and now you understand how you work in comparison to how you need to work.
Indeed.
So the title, and I never asked the title. Where did the title come from?
Pretty Duplicity. Sheesh. It came from a lot of going back and forth, I tell you that much. A lot. And
but it probably was named number one though.
No.
I don't know. It was just we were brainstorming back and forth and trying to get the feel of the book, and then with my laziness, I actually had to read the book, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I gave her a list of names, possible names. She gave me a list of possible names, and then we just kind of like met in the middle. We kind of like this, like that. Okay, let's rearrange that. Okay, bam, that's it.
See, it's always great working with a team.
Yes,
because in your own head, anything is possible,
right.
And you don't have no wrong.
None.
We're gonna take another quick commercial break, pay some bills. We'll be right back here with Miss Lola G and Brother Hakeem. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back only on BigExposedRadio.com.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. You know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry's show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn because I'm gonna make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on have and have-nots to be like 5% shorter each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to pick this up.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. I'm going to read the description. Senior year was supposed to be big for all the right reasons. Prom, graduation, then off to college, lost in a whirlwind of emotions. Stacy battles inner demons while desperately seeking love from outside sources. This longing for satisfaction leads her through a tumultuous path of hurt, denial, and deceit that reveals her own vulnerability. While will she be able to face herself and her demons in order to find the truth?
That's right. Got to read it to find out.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's like, ooh, I got to get up behind this. Let me get that.
Yeah.
But you can get that on Amazon, on Kindle right now. When will the paperback or the hard copy be available?
See, now you're going to get me jumped. Now you're going to have a flip the table off. Flip the table
Be texting him when I get out here like, you heard me? They want it. They want it.
The paperback will be out before the end of this month.
Okay.
Or the beginning.
In time for Black Friday.
There you go. So that's why I try to tell her everything.
And our
strategic.
cheesesteak.
Right, there you go. Everything.
Oh yeah, we gotta bring him out on that one. Yeah.
So where now I was listening on the way. Where did I tell you to go and it was wrong?
Because I told you that I think I messaged you.
Right.
And I was
I'm
really
listening.
looking, but it was a place that was. I'm trying to think, where was I at? I can't
It wasn't
remember.
Iskabibble's. It wasn't me.
It was by. I know I wasn't too far from the Reading station.
Nah,
I wasn't too far.
Nah.
I'm telling you, sir.
I tell everybody Iskabibble's. You want
Where's
a
that
good cheap on South Street. Was it third, fourth?
Third,
Yeah,
South
across
Street.
from Copacabana Banana. That's another great place to just get your swerve.
It's right on the corner.
More or less. Yeah, because it's a
I think I ate a
Copacabana.
couple cheesesteaks from off of South Street. They wasn't.
You might have went to gyms.
Yeah, maybe you did go to gym.
Maybe you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you all the cheesesteak from here, and then you'll understand where I'm coming from. And
I've had a few from here.
No, you had from the right place.
I'm about to say, because most is like hidden secrets.
Yeah, here is mainly just Asians making cheesesteak.
I'm about to say, but that's why when you keep saying green peppers in your cheesesteak, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hot peppers.
See, I just told you.
And sweet pepper.
I got
Sweets,
heartburn, so I can't do all that hot
Sweets
pepper.
and hot. You got to cook it in with the onion.
Yeah. Got to cultivate it.
See, what turned me off is like everywhere I went, it was like a pile of meat sitting right there, and I was like,
That's Philly, baby. It's on the grill. It's marinated.
That means dry.
Some people you gotta get 4 or 5 at a time.
I ain't see him put like the dirty sauce over top of it.
Dirty sauce.
It's like the grease from everything that they cooked, and they just put it back over top.
Oh, so you want to get there when they first open, get the first cheesesteak.
Yeah, maybe that's what it
That's
was.
what give it its va-va-voom.
Yeah,
We gonna-
flavor.
Now, where did you suggest? Because I'm going to either take them to Max or I'm going to take them to Iskabibble's.
I was thinking Iskabibble's or Gooey Louie's.
Gooey Louie's. That's South Philly right there.
Louie, South Philly
Belly
all
buster.
day.
That sounds dangerous, like a day.
It is.
Ooh, it took me 3 days to eat that cheesesteak, and it was worth it.
One sandwich will take you, it will feed 4 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally.
I like that. That's more for my money.
That's the seat, yes. Gotta take it.
Forgot about Gooey Louie. I haven't been there.
In a long
So as we close out, because time just be getting away from us. As we close out,
Oh, I wanted to mention your alley. This
Go
is
ahead.
this is
Oh,
Art
yeah.
Alley, right?
Oh, yeah, Graffiti Alley.
I was so graffiti alley. I was so upset that they went over Toni Morrison mural, but I did get a chance to take a picture. So I was like,
I mean, it's forever changing.
Right, I know
and
that.
it grow, and now
Evolving
it's
and
coming around the corner now.
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be up there because Toni Morrison passed away, and then they got up the gentleman Nipsey.
Right,
they put his up there, and then they just
Yeah,
keep
that's
going
around the
over it.
corner from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they keep going and. You know, somebody probably just Google the picture. Richburg probably got
Oh, no,
a
I
picture.
took a
there.
picture of it.
Oh yeah,
I was actually, I'm always down here,
Yeah.
brother. I'm always down here.
This brother right here. You
Get
gotta
around.
watch him.
The
Watch
DMV,
him.
the DMV, that's my second home.
They got him. The DMV is. See, Philly let you go. It let you go because they know you will come back. But Baltimore, the DMV in period, but Baltimore, it's gonna catch you one day. And
I was
you
out there
wake
at
up
the
and you like,
Afro,
I've been here for 6 months straight.
That's right.
I'm telling you, be careful. Baltimore will take hold of you and won't let go.
I tried to catch you at Airframe this year. See? You said, "What are you doing down there?"
Hanging out.
Got it.
Waiting for Ross, to get the boss.
But as we close out, because we gotta watch this man, because he about to get in trouble. He about to be paying somebody rent in Baltimore.
It's all good. It's all good.
But my last question that I always ask is, what advice would you give to your 17-year-old self? not to prevent anything, because I don't like messing with time and I don't want to mess up the continuum, but what advice would you give to your 17-year-old self? You answered this before, but I'm going to ask you again. But what advice would you give?
I would tell my 17-year-old self to stay strong, stay true. You got this. It may seem hard, because it was hard. It was hard. It may seem hard. Just don't give up. Keep striving. Instead of being number 5 in your class, try to push for number 1. You know, keep doing you and becoming better, because that's gonna make me better. So that's the advice that I would give myself. Just stay strong, stay true, and speak up a little bit more. Just a little bit, because at that age I wasn't ready to. So speak up a little bit.
Was it just defending yourself or just speaking out? Okay.
All of the above. Defending myself, speaking out, saying no. That's a big thing.
But you a Cancer. I don't think y'all know that word.
No, we don't. Oh, I just said it. You heard it. So.
Okay. On my mic. Okay. But yeah, I think it's. I don't think y'all know that word.
Not too often. Not too often.
She probably to grow into her cancerness.
Yeah.
No,
it's worse.
I
want to older. It's getting worse. Oh man.
But what I have noticed, because I have two, my best friend and my mother. What I do notice, what's starting to happen is you don't care as much as you used to care.
Speak on it.
So no is irrelevant to you, but you don't care. So it's not even.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, but don't become a hermit. Most cancers I know are.
I'm have to see. We gonna have to get that cheese steak.
Find
out.
Yeah, when you coming back?
I'm a little wild. I'll be up there. I'll be coming up there.
I think you was sneaking around Philly a lot too. Yeah,
I was living there. I was sleeping.
Off of Burke Street, you know that right there on the side. I ride there.
The hood.
Kind of sort of it's gentrified.
Oh yeah, now yeah.
Now.
It
you
is
cross the street though. You cross the street, it's a little different, you know.
It's a Spanish hood. We call it Park Heights here, but that's Burke Station.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But what about you, sir? You can't skate away before we get off.
What's that, man?
What advice would you give to your 17-year-old self?
It gets better.
Baltimore.
No. Definitely gotta come to B-more. Yeah. I ain't never scared.
DMV, I'm learning it, yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely tell myself to, it gets better. Because in those early days, it was rough because I was, as my book, The Purple Orchard Syndrome, I was, I was growing up in a fatherless household. So there's a lot of issues and things that you don't want to go, as a young man, you don't want to go to your mother with. So thank God, all blessings due to a great mother, a strong mother, and to the old heads on the block. The old heads back then, they were very informative. They
wanted you to stay out of trouble.
Right. They was like, look, I might be doing drugs, but don't you do drugs. You know, I might be selling drugs, but don't you sell drugs. Like they actually cared back then. They actually tried to steer you in the right direction.
Well, they wanted to get somewhere else.
Right.
These here, it's just what they doing.
Yeah, this is me. I'm out here, and that's it.
Right.
Know? But they thank God for a strong mother and the old heads. The old heads definitely stepped up, and there was a lot of young cats that didn't take the heed. They didn't heed any warnings, but I was right up there. I was right there, like, oh, okay, cool. And I was still doing a little bit of stuff, but I wasn't doing it to the degree they were because I actually listened. And then after a while, you kind of just say, you know what? I'm gonna just totally listen to them. So I would just say, man, it gets better. It gets better. Just hang in there.
Okay. That's two good answers. And I like to, when people come back, ask them again because they're in a different space and more experience has happened.
Indeed.
So I think your other answer was more so about
the money, sir.
I think it was more so about success, like focusing on work, and I think it was more so about work. But knowing where you at now, you're at a different space, so you can look back and be honest about certain things.
Indeed.
So real quick, throw out them where we can find and all those money questions.
Yes.
Where the checks come to.
Hey.
Yes. Pretty Duplicity is now available on Amazon.com. Search Pretty Duplicity. In a couple weeks,
Yes, ma'am.
Couple
of weeks. I'm gonna
That's
say couple weeks.
That's what it is. That's
I'm
why you
gonna
see
take
I had
this
to
clip.
Few
see
weeks.
it.
Let me say few weeks.
Because you know I'm gonna hold them to the couple. I'm gonna hold them to the couple.
Black Friday. Just say Black Friday. Black Friday.
But see, the thing is, she'll have a book release. She's going to have a book signing November 16th at
Where's it at?
Karima's bookstore, 2200 South 22nd Street.
22nd and Jackson.
That's a Thursday or Friday?
That's a
That's
Saturday.
a Saturday, so you'll be there.
I see
you will be there.
That's right.
You get another cheese steak. Because you just bait them with the cheese steak.
Get the cheese steak.
You ain't got to pay me.
Yeah, but
if you're definitely coming, I'll have it ready for you.
I'm definitely.
I will send someone to get it.
I'll be there.
She will be seen. She will be doing her very first book signing at Karima's bookstore, 2200 22nd Street. That's in South Philly. That's the heart of
I'm
South
gonna be hood too. I'm gonna be real hood.
Yeah, get your Timbs and make sure you got your Ravens cap and all that.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. That's Philly.
I'm
still 410. Still 410.
Okay. You gave them all your tags and everything.
Eagles, yes. Lola G on Facebook at Lola G. Excuse me, at Lola_G.
There we go.
Author.
We don't want to get nobody else no likes and
Nobody
giggles.
else find me or find me through my homie. Here.
There we go. Because we're gonna post the book. I
Yes.
already posted the link to the Amazon, so definitely stay tuned. The next show up, hopefully, is Talk Lately tomorrow at 7 p.m. So tune in for that, and then we'll be back this Friday with a whole new show, a whole new guest.
Right.
So don't go anywhere. The Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BigExposedRadio.com. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man.
Pleasure.
Come back
Thank
again,
you
and
so
next time you
much.
see me with them, it'll be on the 16th.
It will.
That's
be
right,
with
November
cheesesteaks and my book.
16th.
There we go, because that's pay week. There we go. There we go.
Already.
See how I did that? See how I did that?
Already. Bring it in. I like that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Peace out. Have a nice day.
Art Exchange. Art Exchange. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Ooh.